Into it all, the trailer you're seeing in the background for this season, Fortnite Absolute Doom or Chapter 5 Season 4, it literally just turned 1 year old today. Honestly, time's flying. If you aren't familiar, this was the Chapter 5 Marvel season where sadly on the outside of the island we had Galactus' head but didn't do anything, unlike in Chapter 2, and then obviously speaking of Chapter 2, after this season we went back to Chapter 2 Remix. Speaking of time flying, it's important to note this season when all the updates will actually be going down, as the entire schedule was leaked. As you can see, Season 4 released on August 7th, the next update, 37.10, which we're making this video about, is August 26th, September 9th is 37.20, September 16th is 37.30, October 3rd is 37.40, and October 14th is 37.50, before a small downtime update apparently on November 1st being 37.51, even though November 1st is the day we're going to be entering the Simpsons season, as Sheena mentioned right here, with the mid-season update then commencing, only one downtime update for the month-long Simpsons mini-season 2 of Chapter 6 on November 11th. As of right now, Fortnite themselves haven't announced 37.10 and when it's going to be dropping, but there's so many signs of this, firstly being the Music Pass with Bruno Mars, obviously for Festival Season 9 coming to an end, and this is the standalone pass that only changes on this day. Before Chapter 6 Season 4 started, of course, all the passes ended on the same day despite the Music Pass itself, and now, again, they all end on different days, so maybe they're trying to eventually tie together all of these passes, maybe at the start of Chapter 7, rotating or changing on the same day, as the Music Pass wasn't involved in this kind of joint rotation previously, or was the odd one out. 37.10 is obviously going to be bringing, because of this, the Festival Season 10 artist, which many people are speculating because of this monolith structure on the island right now for Battle Royale to be David Guetta, as he's currently on a monolith tour, obviously being more of a coincidence than not to some, but even still, some people believe Olivia Rodrigo could be the Festival Season 10 artist, which is plausible because we've had a ton of different jam tracks released surrounding her already throughout Fortnite Festival since it launched at the start of Chapter 5. The next piece of evidence pointing toward August 26th being the next update day, despite or before Fortnite actually physically announced when this is 100% going to be, is the bonus rewards section. From scrolling over to pages 6, 7, and 8, you will notice that they unlock on August 26th despite not being in the files yet, and these are the Super Styles. As you know, in the previous seasons, obviously we've had 5 of the 8 Battle Pass skins in normal length seasons despite Chapter 6 Mini Season 1 Galactic Battle, where progressively between level 100 and 200 receive 3 individual styles for that character each, obviously the 5 skins themselves, and typically the final page usually incorporates the colour gold in some way, which is what we believe we're going to be seeing this season. And before we reveal those, it's important to note that they've took a different stance on this season, as on the final page 8, unlike 7 and 6, we have another question mark, making for a total of 6 on this final page, which people are speculating because companions are expected to be releasing with this update 37.10 on August 26th, thanks to not only the petting animation for companions being updated in Season 4's release update 37.00, but all of these different companions also being leaked from the files, that this is the very first companion, potentially being either this dog or even the crypto dog attached to Superman last season, which initially was a mythic ability or bone that we could throw down on the floor, acting then as a junk rift, but obviously was determined very early on with the release of that season, Chapter 6 Season 3 Super, to potentially be the first companion in Fortnite. Epic have been teasing since Chapter 6 Season 3, especially in the cinematic trailer with one of the pets that was initially introduced in Chapter 1 Season 6, that these were going to be getting either transferred or switched up in the near future, obviously all pets then becoming companions, and I'm guessing they're doing this considering pets became kind of pointless in their own category as they were literally just batblings and didn't do anything else, but the companions that they're going to be updated to obviously follow us around, we can pet them, and only the squad or team that we're playing with can actually see them, so the enemies can't just eliminate our small little friends following us around, nor can they give away our position. With that said though, leading back to the Super Styles, this is just a concept right now of what I believe we're going to be seeing throughout the 3 different progressive pages from 6, 7, and 8. These are definitely the 5 skins that I'd like to see out of all 8 released this season, or should I say possible 7, considering Megazord as the secret or unlockable skin in his own section, as you may or may not know from previous seasons. Because of this, they can't receive a Super Style. Speaking of Megazord as well, of course, the first available date to unlock not only him, but all the other cosmetics surrounding him on page 1 and both 2 is September 16th, which happens to be the date of another downtime update itself. The next one, 37.20, is going to be on September 9th, but then the exact week after that moment, September 16th, is going to be the release of 37.30, where for the first time all of these question marks will be revealed to us cosmetic-wise, unless they get leaked early for whatever reason in the 37.20 update. Real quick, if you're new as well, make sure you subscribe to the channel with all notifications turned on so you don't miss any breaking news, leaks, or intel. Moving on though, it seems people are starting to receive their 100 V-Bucks finally, as a refund for these 2 emotes being very similar if you own both of them, especially the most recently released one called Skatenado. Fortnite themselves and data miners did determine that both emotes will be bundled together in the shop for a discount when they return, and obviously this 100 V-Bucks is compensation to this updated shop offer. As you can see right here, this is what the reward screen looks like. You own the Tornado Spin and Skatenado Spin emotes. In the future, we will sell these 2 emotes in a bundle. We have returned V-Bucks to you based on the upcoming bundle price. Fortnite item shops are getting crazier by the day, so any amount of V-Bucks put back onto my account for doing nothing definitely helps. And speaking of the item shop, recently Squid Games did return, but what many people aren't telling you, despite these definitely being desired in the item shop with the release, or should I say embargo lifting for creators to make Squid Game themed islands now, or having the right to, is the fact that the Mingle emote emote, no, not the one bouncing on the piggy bank or the little prize piggy bank emote in the background, this mingle emote in the foreground hasn't released yet or come back to the shop with this rotation. The fact they didn't throw this emote in the shop upon the Squid Games cosmetics that have already been in Fortnite actually returning basically says to me that a ton more different Squid Game outfits or cosmetics are upcoming, maybe the front man, but certainly what's been more so hinted toward as of recently, VIP Fortnite kind of spin-off characters such as the fish stick VIP mask shown in this trailer that they posted, obviously promoting the fact that creators can now make Squid Game themed islands. It wouldn't take Fortnite a lot of work, my thumbnail designer actually already made this fish stick VIP Squid Game mask skin and pulled it into game early, as you can see right here, so it definitely works and is definitely possible. Considering there's more VIP masks such as not only for fish stick but also Meowscles and Peely, it would be cool to see these in a bundle. I definitely think that would sell well, so that's an incentive on Fortnite's behalf. Again, if they do come to the shop as well. Speaking of new outfits, you'll be glad to know finally the One Punch Man collaboration, being teased since before Chapter 6 Season 3 was released, is finally upcoming, so will be revealed just before the 37.10 update goes live on August 23rd. This anime collaboration is going to be huge but isn't the only one, however these are the outfits and cosmetics coming along with it. Firstly, we have Saitama with 2 styles, 1 backbling, 1 pickaxe, 2 emotes, 1 glider, 1 wrap and 1 set of drums. Secondly, we have Genos with 2 styles, 1 backbling, 1 pickaxe and 1 built-in emote, and the third skin isn't confirmed but is most likely Tatsumaki with 1 backbling, 1 pickaxe, 1 emote and 1 mic for festival. Before August 23rd, obviously the only thing you're going to be seeing is concepts like the locker footage that I've already shown in the background. However, the Fall Guys beam form of Saitama has been revealed, or should I say these 2 beams. The second anime collaboration that we're going to be seeing in the near future, however potentially revealed in 37.10, is a second wave of Avatar: The Last Airbender. This was initially introduced, if you've forgotten, in Chapter 5 Season 2 Myths and Mortals, not only with Korra as the secret or unlockable skin like Megazord is this season in that battle pass, but brought a ton of mythics, and also a mini pass where we could get the main character in there for upgrading for 1000 V-Bucks. And speaking of mini passes, considering the nature of battle passes or how many we see across different modes now, I think they've discontinued these. Whilst we're on the topic of collaborations, one that took over this season or was largely involved with the release of the Mighty Morphin bundle, and then of course the Green Ranger in the battle pass, are the Power Rangers, but we don't have the mythic Blade Blaster weapon yet. As of right now, the only footage we've seen of this is in the Shock and Awesome launch trailer. However, data miners are speculating this will be upcoming with the release of 37.10, considering obviously we got Power Rangers very early on this season. And before we hop onto the Fortnitemares stuff, some of which is going to blow your mind. What's even more mind-blowing, considering we determined at the end of last season of Battle Royale anyways, and after the first ever Fortnite live event reoccurred in OG Blast Off, but with a twist, with build up to this obviously suggesting that the story would be acting different, with these blinking bunkers of Morse code saying something is wrong, then the sky proving that thanks to the red rift that was created at the end of Blast Off in comparison to the blue one in the original Chapter 1 Season 4, it seems this red obviously spread across the island, rifting the Tomato Head from OG into Battle Royale, which further indicated and put complications to the storyline, meaning it's all connected, and even rifting the hotel or motel sign, should I say, into Reload, potentially involving this mode in lore going forward. We're now getting the Cube return, obviously as the Chapter 1 Season 5 live event on the outskirts of Paradise Palms, apparently according to Hypex on August 28th, but just like the red rifts in the sky, it's not going to be purple this time and apparently is rumoured to be red. I don't know how many of you guys can remember, but we did have a red cube underneath the Chapter 2 Season 8 island before the finale actually occurred and we went into Chapter 3, and now it seems this is coming to a reality. Hopefully we're going to be able to see this move around all the way to Loot Lake like we did originally, but instead of turn the lake purple, turn it red. Fortnite are also going to be making the lake purple, turn it red. Fortnite are also going to be making it easier to see each movement visible as well, so we'll be keeping a track on this thanks to the new OG Playground mode. A very surprising piece of intel that we already have files or things worked on for is the 8th birthday event, which if you don't know usually goes on near the end of September to celebrate Fortnite Battle Royale's birthday, which is the 8th birthday this time around, which we already know is going to have an 8th birthday medallion looking like this from the files, which from holding the medallion itself works different to last year, although we did get a birthday medallion similar back then. Instead of it appearing inside a present, when holding this, each elimination will give you a birthday present. Before we hop onto some more medallions attached to Fortnitemares collaborations that people have wanted for years, of course in the trailer as well, just like we saw the Power Ranger mythic early, or the Blade Blaster weapon should I say, we also got a look at these new air vehicles or choppers, which we have a mobile trailer for right here showing off in a different perspective what these are going to be looking like, and I'm guessing considering they didn't release with the launch of this season overall that they're going to be implemented in this first downtime update after its release 37.10. 1.10. According to Wenso, however, speaking of Fortnite updates, the annual Fortnitemares update is most likely going to drop on October 3rd instead of around mid-month, and it's the only listed update that drops on a Friday, and last year's Fortnitemares was supposed to drop on a Friday before the delay it had. It's definitely going to be a big Fortnitemares event this year for Halloween, as we're not only seeing AwesomeFortnite finally upcoming from Friday the 13th wearing his hockey mask, but just like the birthday event, he's going to have his own upcoming medallion, and the medallion is apparently codenamed Injured Prey and references the user with the medallion and enemies, but no other information has been leaked as of now. The other mythic implying he's going to be upcoming as a skin as well is Ghostface, which will have a Stalker Knife mythic, and apparently this mythic allows us to have a scanning ability, 2 abilities in total, and you can sneak towards someone and jump scare them whilst also dealing damage. Other unvaults for Fortnitemares consist of the Chainsaw, which was initially first introduced last year, the Witch Broom, which now has durability, Vampire Stake Shotgun, and also the Pumpkin Launcher. Considering both Jason and Ghostface are coming in the same year for Fortnitemares, people are starting to speculate that Freddy Krueger might as well, as he's also been another collaboration definitely wanted for one of these Halloween annual events. A collaboration that is definitely 100% happening this Fortnitemares, however, for Halloween is Scooby-Doo x Fortnite, which nobody expected to see. I'm guessing Scooby, of course being the only non-human character right here, is going to be a companion, which definitely would work well with these being introduced in Chapter 6 Season 4 for the first time. This is further backed up by the fact that Shaggy, his owner, will not only be a skin, but has been determined already to have multiple skins or styles. Despite the Power Rangers mythic Blade Blaster weapon upcoming, however, supposedly we're going to be seeing a new Power Rangers boon being Rita Repulsa's support. Apparently it gives you a random ammo type every few seconds, and is planned to drop alongside Megazord, obviously being part of the Power Rangers collab as well, on September 16th. Megazord, for those that don't know, will have his own medallion as well that does scan players upon picking it up, and a mythic ability that hasn't been determined as of yet. And what else is undetermined is the dates for these unvaults, but we know they're going to be upcoming, being Venom's Symbiote, Recon Scanner, Railgun, and also Jetpacks. Drop a like if you're hyped and subscribe for more with all notifications turned on so you don't miss any future uploads, but don't